Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. My name is Eugenia and I'm the eating psychology coach and the founder of unlox'U. In this video, I want to talk about the 4 common myths and mistakes and also beliefs that people have when it comes to changing our eating habits.
Wherever you go, you'll never have to be alone, 'cause I'll be by your side. I'll be by your side.
When preparing this video, I went through the 4 common beliefs that my clients tell me that I see are really holding them back when it comes to making long-lasting behavioral changes when it comes to eating, so that healthy eating comes naturally and easily to us. I wanted to succeed when it comes to eating, your health, your fitness, your well-being, and I wanted to avoid these mistakes and these myths, but also these beliefs, because if we believe something is going to happen, if we believe that this is the truth, then we're going to live it, and that will be that hidden roadblock to get to where we want to be. So if we see that as a roadblock, if we understand that these are just myths and is not true, then we can fast forward and get to where we want to be with our health and fitness and any goals in our lives faster. So let's start. Myth number 1 is I need to feel motivated at all times. The problem is that we can't feel motivated at all times. Motivation fluctuates, it changes. There is a day when we feel motivated, there is another day when we don't feel motivated, and we can't rely on it because it's not reliable. It changes all the time and we don't want that. I mean, think about it. Do you feel like going to work? Are you motivated going to work every day? I don't know about you, but it's not the case for me. There are days where I would rather stay in bed, but I know I have to get up and I want to get up, but I just don't quite feel that motivation as I do on some other days. The same applies to eating. There are days you don't feel motivated to cook. There are days when you are tired, when you're exhausted. There are days when you don't feel going to the gym, you're not motivated to move, to exercise. What we need to do instead, we need to commit to that one decision. Like you've committed to work, there is a contract, there will be consequence if you don't go to work. The same applies to any goals that we have, especially eating. So make a decision, really raise a standard, set a standard to yourself and say, this is what I do from now on, nothing else. And then stop really negotiate that with yourself. Stop justifying, oh, maybe just today. No, not today. Never ever. This is the way you live from now on. So there are clients who make the decision from now on, I'm going to bring my own lunches, and this is what I do. I don't negotiate that with myself. And then they just continue doing that because they have committed, they've made the decision, this is the only thing I do from now on. We often settle for the lowest standards we have. We settle for the lowest standards we have for ourselves. So bring those standards up high, make a decision, and then continue following that decision and say, this. I no longer discuss that with myself. I am committing to these actions that will align with my health, fitness, and life goals. Myth number 2 is I need to have self-control. I need to have stronger willpower. Willpower is hard. Self-control is hard. It's like this muscle that we constantly need to practice when we need to say no to ourselves. At some point, especially when you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you're stressed, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you will be tired and you will no longer be able to say no to yourself. And this is how we end up in the pantry with a whole packet of biscuits, because it's like that muscle of your arm. If you always need to hold something strong, something heavy, at some point you will drop. It's exactly the same here. We can't rely on willpower or self-control. It makes you tired. As humans, we're naturally wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. If something feels hard, if something just naturally feels like, oh my God, I don't want to do this diet again. I just don't want to go on another diet. I don't want to eat all these salads. I don't feel satisfied. You see, you are not going to do that. So even just that idea of doing something that will feel hard, that will require so much of your energy, and this is where you need that self-control. But we are wired to avoid pain, so you're not going to do it. That's why you end up procrastinating and putting it off to Monday, to next month, to next year, because it feels hard. So what we need to do instead is creating a lifestyle that is second nature to us, eating in a way that is sustainable for us for the rest of your days. Is Weight Watchers, do you think that you will be able to do that for the rest of your life? It can be yes, it can be no. Your decision, your answer, and that's okay. Whatever your decision is. Jenny Craig, are you going to be able to get those food deliveries for the rest of your life? Yes or no? Your decision. It's okay, whatever you decide, but it needs to be sustainable for the rest of your life. When we eat in a way that is easy to us, when we have variety of food, when we know I can eat anything I like when I like it, doesn't mean that I'm going to eat all the chocolates and cakes for every day, because it's not going to make you feel good anyway. It's important to include those food that are pleasurable: chocolates, cakes, muffins, scones, all the food that you love. Enjoy if this is really what you like. And then we need also to create an easy, healthy relationship with food, where food is not the center of our life. Food is just a source for energy that allows us to live the life that we really want and desire and are happy. But if our food is the center of our thoughts, if food is everything that we think about, then of course you will need willpower here. We only need self-control when we have food rules, when we are not eating adequate amount of calories, when we are not allowing ourselves to eat certain foods, so we are labeling food bad as good, or I shouldn't be doing this. This is when we are needing to say no to ourselves, when we know there's chocolate in the fridge and all we want is just to eat it all so it's out of the house, but we need to keep self-control not to eat it. That is an indicator that you don't have a healthy or easy relationship with food. When we restrict food, when we have these rules around food, our body, our brain goes into that survival mode. It knows food is scarce, it's not available, or it's predicting scarcity. And if there is scarcity, we start being obsessive over that food, and it starts becoming more appealing than it needs to be. But if food is in abundance and we know it's there, we know I can have it at any time, our brain relaxes and it feels good, and then we can eat it when we're hungry and stop when we're full. And the second key is also to create new long-lasting habits. This is where we talk about habit creation and rewiring the brain so that these new habits are automatic and we don't need to think about it, so they become second nature. So this is where we come to myth number 3, which is creating habits takes 21 days. No. It depends. It depends on the habit. It depends on the nature of a habit. If it's, let's say, just having a glass of water, 1 glass of water every day, that habit is much easier to implement than running 21 Ks every week, right? So it's much harder. So it depends. But my suggestion is, don't even focus on how long it will take to create new habit, because going back to point number one, where I said you make that decision to do that for the rest of your life. So it doesn't matter how long it will take you to create this new habit, because that's what you do from now on. So make a decision for something that is last thing that you can do for the rest of your life, and can also enjoy and experience pleasure while doing that because it makes you feel so good, then you continue for the rest of your life as long as it serves you. When that new habit, when that habit doesn't serve you anymore and you're not enjoying it, well, then it's time to make a new decision, make the changes, create a new habit, and continue being well and enjoy your life. And myth number 4 is I just need to know what to eat. I just need a diet plan and I can follow it and I'll be fine. No. How many people who are coming to me are telling me this? And then I ask them, now tell me what you think will be on that diet plan. 90% of people tell me really pretty much what I would tell them. They have done so many diets, they know what is healthy, they know what is not healthy. But the question is, why are we not doing that? Why are we not doing what we know is good for us? This is where my work comes in. This is where we need to look beneath the surface of what is triggering our eating habits. What is making us decide to eat 3 pieces of cake instead of a small little cake, as long as we enjoy that and not getting past the point of feeling yuck? What is that that's driving our decisions? What is it that leads us to the pantry all the time and we end up, without even noticing, eating at the pantry, standing in the fridge, open the door until the door beeps that you've been there for too long? So this is where I suggest to look into what drives your decisions, why you're eating that, when are you eating? Are you eating when you're stressed, worried, sad? Are you eating to comfort yourself, to soothe yourself, to distract yourself? Is it a way for you to escape and close the door and away from the world? What is that that's causing you to make those decisions? And this is where I would add a link below in the description for 8 hidden reasons for overeating and binge eating. This is a workbook that you can go through to identify what is your reason, or what are your reasons for overeating. These are often hidden reasons that lead to your decisions. And then once you know what exactly that is, you don't need to second guess anymore what you need to do. You will know, I don't need to go on keto, I don't need to go on to Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers, because you will know, well, maybe it's because I eat for emotional reasons, or I'm eating because it has become a habit, or it's because I've done it now for so many years, it's kind of part of my routine, or is it because my blood sugar fluctuation? So once you know exactly what is the reason for it, then you know exactly specifically, I also give specific suggestions, what you can do instead to address that one specific problem, without second guessing, without guessing what it might be and hoping something will work out. So check out the link below. These are 4 myths to create new eating habits. I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out these new videos here and give me a thumb up, and I'm going to see you very soon again.